Good evening, everyone. This is me, Shantogen. I'm actually doing a little something different with this video than the last one, because in the last video, I chose to do the voice recording during the editing process of the video, and I didn't kind of like it. So we're going back to a little bit more older style, where I actually comment as I'm doing things. And I may add a little bit of audio commentary post-editing. I'll definitely let you guys know that. But one of the things I wanted to go ahead and show you guys is because as a gold farmer, I've been looking at ways to increase raw gold number. And one benefit that this level squish has had is that it's actually allowed us to get more raw gold from different things. And the one thing that I do every day is this right here, Heart of Fear. Now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to reset this session of Loot Appraiser. So that way you guys can get more accurate about the drops. But what we're really looking at is currency looted. I'll highlight it right here. So I'm going to walk you guys through one live. Then I'll probably speed up the footage or just cut to the end. I don't know. Editor, me will figure that out in post. We'll figure it out in post. So for right now, we're going to go ahead and go. Things that you need to know, you don't have to put this on any significant difficulty. Let me bring this up to here, because I know that like stuff is going to get cut out from my screen because my screen is so damn wide. We'll put it just put it right here in the middle. Why not? Keep a nice little running number dead center. You don't have to put it on the hardest difficulty. Raid difficulty, as you see here, I do have it on 25 player, but I have it on normal. No sense in making it more difficult on your life, especially if you're not geared like me. You're not going to be able to gather everything up on one go. The Heart of Fear is a well-established farm. It's been used very much for motes of harmony, which you can turn to spirits of harmony. However, this one we're actually going to be doing it for raw gold, and I'll show you why. We're also going to do a little bit of a timer. Let me get the timer out here so you guys can see that. We'll just put it right underneath here, so you can see what it takes from reset to reset in my personal case. Ready? Okay, let's do this. We're going to say, oh, I just reset. Let's go inside. God, I love SSDs. All right, so the first thing here you're going to want to do is you're going to want to gather up everything. I'll gather up everything in these first two groups. Keep a tab on your health. You can see, and I'll highlight it in the video, that you're getting a stacking debuff of a bleed. Okay, that was 2 motes of harmony. And look at that. I highlight over here, 36 gold in just those two groups. And ultimately, that's what you're going to be doing. You're going to want to gather up these things and kill them. And the loot is actually pretty decent now. After the squish, I'm not entirely sure what changed, but something changed for the better. So what I do is I grab all the way up until that first corner group, kill them, come over here, kill all of these, and I do that to not have that bleed effect stack too high, or else it will kill me, and running back makes things slow. Here, these guys, if I can't kill them all with my passive, I'll burn my I-beams of death and get that out of the way. And kill them. I don't necessarily kite them down here. It just doesn't seem really worth. I'll go over here, grab these guys, and then go across the way. Kind of hard to see because of the screen there, but I'll go across the way, grab these guys, park my little happy ass in this corner, wait for those guys to come down, and then just hit the 7 key. In my case, that's my AoE. And you loot. And if you do that, you shouldn't have to loot more than once on any single pool, because you don't, like the auto loot, those who gather up a whole lot of things know what I'm talking about, where if you gather up too much, you may have to do a multiple loot to be able to pick up everything, versus smaller groups, you can just loot once. But as you can see, we're done. We're headed to the door. Let's get out of here first. A little awkward silence moment there. Go through the load screen. Hit reset I'm gonna have to move this screen here. Reset all instances. Pause. That took me 2 minutes and 30 seconds to complete just one run. You multiply that by 10 runs, that makes it about 23 minutes long. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do is, like you see, we made 138 looted gold off of that. Really didn't make much of anything else. I currently have a lot of the other stuff filtered out. We may get a green here or there that may be worth something. That's always something to take into consideration. But right now, the only thing it's showing us on the loot appraiser is the looted gold that we're getting. And that's the number that we want to keep track of. So for now, I'm going to go ahead and stop talking to myself, and I'm going to finish out the 10 runs. I will hit play, so that way you can see more or less what time the stopwatch says when I get done with the 10 runs. Okay? See you guys back when I'm done with 10. Toodles. Behold, it is future Shantogen, well, post-recording Shantogen here. Here's the deal, right? As you can see, the footage is sped up. While editing this, I realized that the software that I use only allows compression to so much, so I can only speed up the footage so much. I can work around it by essentially rendering the video and then taking the new rendered shorter video and importing it back in. But one, that does take a while because I have to render the whole entire clip. And then two, it reduces the quality, so you may not be able to keep track of like some of the numbers and stuff, because I tried to keep the windows within vision so that you could still read it even though they're going a little bit quicker. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and snip a solid portion of this out. So instead of it being close to like 5 minutes long, it's going to be more like maybe 45 seconds to a minute long. I'm not too sure exactly how much I'm going to cut out. And then I'm going to put some music in the background for that little bit of time, so you guys got something to listen to. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and do that, so I will see you guys at the end. Toodles. Alright, so we're back here. It took me exactly 24 minutes because I died once. So be it. Roughly exactly, 10 times the going rate. As you can see, I can no longer enter because it says enter too many instances. There's a 10 instance lockout. Once you do it 10 times, you're stuck. You have to wait until an hour passes from the first one, then you can start doing it again. You'll notice some numbers here on the loot appraiser. I have it set to region market value, so it gives you guys an idea of what that item sells on average across NA servers. For my server specifically, you can see some of these things are nowhere near worth what they say. Like that says region market value is 46 gold, but in reality on my server it's like 12 gold. Except for these cuffs, which actually do have a pretty high sell, like 1,826 on my market specifically. Most of everything of that is just going to be vendor trash. But as you can see, we got 1,372 gold, 99 silver, and 49 copper. So basically 1,372 gold off of that run alone. Now let's look at our number here before we start selling. We're at 7,401. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and vendor trash the stuff here so you guys can see, you know, if you vendor trash almost everything. There's a couple of things I'm probably not going to vendor trash. The working thing. I probably should sell them, but I'm not going to. Probably should, but I'm not. You can also see here that between 10 runs we made 7 spirits with 7 motes left over, which is definitely a good thing to go. So let's go ahead and go here. Do we have any trash to sell? I don't think. Yeah, we didn't get any trash here. All right. So let's go one by one. We're definitely going to try to sell that. That sells actually for 1,000 more than region market value. Hell yeah. Vendor trash you. The 7401. Vendor trash you. Vendor trash you. Vendor trash. Try to sell. Vendor trash. Vendor trash. Vendor trash. 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 So add an additional 75 gold to that number. So we're looking at just a hair over in raw. A hair over 1,400 gold. Which is not bad. But more specifically, this right here is actually very useful. Let's go ahead and get rid of it. We'll move the stopwatch up here. But the reason why is because the motes may not sell for very much. The spirits do. So if we convert these to spirits, and the spirits sell very commonly. As you can see, they have a 0.44 sell rate daily, which means you're bound to sell at least maybe one a day. The 0.44 basically means you sell half of one a day, which means you should be selling some daily, if not every other day. But that's 7. I'm going to hold down shift and it shows you the total amount that 7 is worth. That's an extra 385 gold of something that I know will sell on the auction house, which are the Spirit of Harmonies. So you add that if you want to. I normally do add it to our total. I'm going to have to get post to like put the numbers on the screen so it's a little bit easier. But we're looking at 1372 plus 75. So that's 1450, give or take. A little less than 1450. 1443 plus an additional 385 gold on my server. Region market value, they sell for 1,000 a piece, so take it for what you will. I'm gonna go with what my server sells for, and we'll split the difference, right? We'll put it around 400 to make the math a little easier. That's a little less than 1450 rounded numbers. 1450 plus another 400, you're looking at roughly 1850. Brain couldn't do math there for a second. 1850, so that's 1,850 gold for 24 minutes of your time. It is simple, it is fast, it is quick, and it is reliable. I enjoy it. Now, if you do want to try to add what you can make from the different items that drop, I got 2 items that dropped here. According to that adds an additional almost about, maybe a little over actually, 5,000 gold to my total, which brings the new brand total up to, we're going to round it to 5,000 just to make it easy. 5,000 plus 1850, 6850. So for 24 minutes, a potential of 6850. Is it the best farm? No. There's places out there that you can get 18k gold, an hour. But it's a reliable one. There's usually not a whole lot of people here, but again, it's a raid, so it doesn't matter. Once you walk in, you walk in. And it is something that I do on a daily basis. I don't repeatedly farm this, but I do enjoy starting my day with this. It's 24 minutes. You go in, you get it done, and that's the end of that. So that being said, I hope you enjoyed this mini video that we have here. I will be looking at and perhaps talking about some other farms that there may be coming up. Something that you can do in the meantime until Shadowlands comes out. So stay tuned for the channel for that. If you liked the video, please give it a like. If you have not yet subscribed yet, please consider subscribing. It does help the channel out. I do stream over on Twitch. You can always find me there at twitch.tv/Shantogen, SHANTOGEN. And thank you for tuning in and bearing with me. And as we say, hasta mañana.